Rhino is a CAD program. It's one of the best CAD programs, tools around, because it has added 3D design tools that allow a larger variety of possibilities when designing. So I would say it's a combination of a CAD, which stands for Computer Aided Design Software, like AutoCAD, and then 3D design program like Maya or Blender. The CAD side helps you with highly technical projects that need exact precision, such as architecture and industrial and product design projects, and 3D printing as well. And then there are 3D building tools that resemble 3D software. Some of the tools that are in like 3D software programs such as Blender and Maya. So it kind of straddles both the technical world of architecture and product design and the more creative, artful design of characters and like 3D printing and stuff like that. So Rhino kind of sits in the middle of the two, and I think you have the best of both worlds, in my opinion, and you simply really can't wrong learning Rhino. So this is Rhino, and I'll have to look up. I think you do get a 90-day free thing. It's worth, you get a student discount for sure. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it's really worth getting and having it as your main 3D design CAD program. Now, so the first thing you need to know is familiarize yourself with the screen and where stuff is. And you have 4 screens, 4 different views: perspective, top, front, right. You can move them around, make one bigger than the other. You can get rid of some. You can hit this and that'll do that. And you can make customized layouts. And if you want to get back to normal, you hit this little 4 square over here. I have to say I mostly use top and perspective. Perspective, obviously, look, you can see a little hint, has the Z axis as well as the Y and X. And perspective is what you want to look at when you're doing 3D. So we'll be doing a lot of the 3D work with the perspective view. So you got the view, and even before we open this, let's close it and quit Rhinoceros. There are a template that you're gonna say. You're gonna hit templates, and I've made large objects inches the default template, and that is the template that Professor Moore works with, and that's what we're going to work with as well. So we're going to very much follow what Professor Moore does throughout a lot of it, and you'll probably be hearing his voice when I bring in some of the stuff he covers, especially with PC. This is a Mac. Mac is absolutely very similar to the PC version. There's a few differences, but for the most part, it's very similar. So I got this. Okay. You really. I guess I could start with this. Window. Okay. Here are the main tools over here. Okay. And we can start by doing the top. And how I'm bringing this down, I don't even have my mouse. I do recommend you using a mouse and 3-click mouse, but I'm dragging this down and I'm going to the top, and that's where I'm starting everything and going over this process. Now, here are the tools. Eventually, in a few moments, we'll tap on the polyline, play with that a little bit, but I want you to see how this is set up. I have it, and I'll write. Hopefully, I'll be writing this list, and it's just a template that helps you navigate and clicks, on certain grids and things like that. So it just makes it easier for you to navigate when you're designing. That's all this is, basically. And we'll get into what each one what does in a little bit. For now, we're just doing the basic setup. So save as. Let's save it and put it in what you feel, and name it so you know where it is. And I'm just going to say Rhino test tutorial test. Probably I'm not going 5. Put in your Rhino folder, and so there you go. So this, and I like Grid Snap, Smart Track, and Gumball. And Gumball's really useful for 3D and a lot of fun. So we'll get into that. Maybe I'll just do top for now. Okay. This is laid out where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 inches. So the units are 12 inches, and that's a foot. So 1 foot by 1 foot, and that's how it's laid out. So let's start. When you hit the tool, such as the polyline, it wants a start, a polyline, and in a moment I'll show you what the PC does. And let's start with an X and Y. You can definitely go down. You see how your little mouse turns into a cross. Rhino wants you to click down something and start the whole process. You can start here by clicking, or I recommend here and getting to the habit of putting your quadrants here because it's more precise. So I'm just going to do the simple start with X, Y, 0, 0, and enter. And there you go. It started. Okay? And well, let's try to get a square. What's the square? Let's start by going 0. I'm going to go 14, 0, and there it is. It's already gone over 14 inches, and it's plopped, and I still have to hit return. And now I want to go 14, and it's already kind of hinting at it and putting up there. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go 0, 14. Sometimes I get it wrong. It's kind of funny. And then hit that. And you can either hit C here or hit close here, and it'll close everything. And that's your first square. It's really important that you familiarize yourself with this tool. It is one of the most commonly used tool, and again, it's important that you work with quadrants. Sometimes I do that. How about let's start a little bit further over, just to start it. Okay, return. Okay. Let's see. Now, again, you can click down and do it, but you want to do something that's called relational, and you do that with an R, and you want to go, and what that means, what relational means is relational to this point. It doesn't start all over from 0, 0. It's relational to what this point was, and that's really important to understand. So okay, there it is. So you see that I did R, comma, 16, comma, no, sorry, R16, comma, 16. And that brought us 16, x16, y16 in relation to this. Did not start with a 0, so in relation to this. So, and now I want to kind of go back. Yes, you can definitely do that because now it's set it up because of perpendicular has been set up, so you can do perpendicular intersection, but I want to do this so we are, how about this? What does this say? Okay, so I did r minus 16, 0, and that'll get you the second line of the triangle. And notice I had to go 16, so I had to go backwards. All right, and then you can just, let's see. All right, hit enter. It's not done yet. And then hit close. And you got your triangle. So that one worked with relational. It worked with minus. Now let's try doing stuff with a line. And I'm just going to go like this. And we're doing things with a line. And we're trying to work with the length of a line. So I'm going to do 22. And then it's perpetually 22. So if I click somewhere, it's going to be 22 inches in length, no matter what. So I can flail around like this. So let's try this and hit return. That's 20. Oh, sorry. That's 22. I have to actually click on it. What is the next one? Maybe the next one is 16. So I want one that's 16. Okay. But what if we wanted to keep, what about if we wanted to keep a consistent arc? Or, I know, what if we wanted just to have these 90 degrees, make sure that we did a 90 degrees, and you would hit shift and it's the 90 degrees. So doing that, so hit shift, nope, shift, hold on. Yeah, so I hit shift. If I hit shift, I get a straight, and then I hit click. All right, but what if you want a consistent arc degree? You do this. So all these, you'll learn more of this. So this is a less than caret or arrow, and that indicates arc. And that that is you hit shift and it's above your comma. So you hit arc, and then what if you want it to be consistently 20 degrees? Okay, and then you enter. And it's consistently plopping around every 20 degrees. Shift 70. And that's 70 degrees. 70, 70. Yeah, it's kind of hard to play around with 70. Boom. Okay. Some cool, keep playing. One of the most important things to do is to experiment, and there are no wrongs or rights at this point. You're just kind of experimenting. And hit escape. I should hit return. That's okay. And this is one of the best ways of making sure that everything's precisely written in for these different points. Minus 16. 16. Oh. minus 16 minus 0. I mean, 0. And I can, and then, okay. All right, hopefully that was helpful.